Good evening and welcome to Alan's Italy. Tonight's show is going to be the second year anniversary of the broadcasting of Alan's Italy on Friday evenings on Woodstock Public Access. The show was actually supposed to be something else, but then I began thinking that last year I had an anniversary special, and I think it would be a nice thing if we did this on an annual basis. So we decided that we were going to do this. It's going to be a kind of a retrospective of what we've done over the past year. So let me go right to the album. And there it is, with kind of fancy writing over there. This is Alan's Italy show number 84, the second anniversary special. And, you know, right in that picture, of course, you see the very evocative shot of the Rialto Bridge in Venice. And the original show was supposed to be this. It was supposed to be a show called Nighttime Magic. And I had this all prepared. And everything was perfectly ready to go. And it was going to be a show. It still is a show, but it's just not going to be tonight. It'll be in several weeks. It was going to be a show in which I talk about photographs we have of some of the great sunsets and sunrises and nighttime and evening pictures of Italy. So this show is put on the shelf, and we'll come back to it in a few weeks. But right now, some highlights of the past year. For example, over the past 12 months, we've had 37 original shows, which is not quite the amount that we had during the first year, but we have had that, and it's been highlighted by certain very special ones, such as the Venice show, which we've had 9 different shows. Florence has had 5. Around various parts in Italy, we've had 4, and Rome, we've had 3. And then the other shows with various other things with different themes. We've had a lot of interviews. We've had 7 in person. We had Rick Hurst on 4 of the shows and Frank Palaia on 3 of them. Plus, we've had 24 videotaped interviews that we did in Italy during the trip that we took in May and June of 2013. The first part of the show is going to be a 10-minute slideshow in which I took slides, pictures from the 37 shows that we've had over the past year, put them together I actually put them together chronologically so that you get a feeling for what happened over the course of the year. And then when I put it into the actual slide presentation, everything went haywire and it became all jumbled up, which is not terrible. It just gives you kind of a staccato look at exactly what's happened over the past year. And I have it put to some generic Italian music as I did last year. And this is not simply places that we were during the past year. These are the pictures of the actual shows. So some of the pictures were taken, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, even longer. But these are all photos that, some of my favorite photos from some of the shows that we've had over the past year. So there's going to be a 10-minute slideshow in which, I'm just going to let you look at the pictures. I could do a few voiceovers, so I might be doing that. But for the most part, it's just going to be kind of sit back and watch some really great stuff. Then I've decided that I was going to choose 5 of my favorite interviews that I did during the trip that we took in May and June of 2013. And some of them are from the Venice Biennale and other places. So these are my favorites, and I'll tell you why as we go along. So the very first thing, so I have to jump around now, because the first thing I have to do is go to the slideshow. So Ellen, when you're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so so that was it, and that was a summary of several dozen pictures from the actual albums that I used to do those 37 shows last year. And it gives you a really interesting view of what took place on the show. As I said, this is not a lot of the photos you may have recognized from other, from the previous year, and actually they go back, but these are from the actual show. Okay, so let's go back here. So then, of course, the highlight of the year for me was the 1 week that we spent at the Venice Biennale. That was really one of the highlights of my life. It was Laura representing the United States at the Palazzo Bembo with this piece of art that actually was taken down about a month ago and is now going through the procedures of getting it back to this country. And while we were at the Palazzo Bembo, I had an opportunity to interview about 20 different people, artists. And what I did was I chose my 3 favorite artists. I won't say exactly my 3 favorite works of art, although these are wonderful artists and their work is really extraordinary. You'll see in a moment. But I kind of like these people. These 3 people that you're going to now see are the 3 people who I really kind of had a very, very nice feeling with. And their art is really special and wonderful. And the first one is Heer Methorst from the Netherlands. And Heer was there with his wife and his 6 children. I may have told this story before, but the Palazzo Bembo exhibition hall was very interesting with interweaving hallways, and his work was right in the middle of a hallway that had a lot of people walking back and forth. And I said, "Here, I'd like you to do this interview." And he said he'd love to. And we got ready to do it, but we realized that one of the problems was that people would be walking back and forth. So his children, all 6 of them, came up to me and said, "Can we do something to help?" And I said, "Yes. You could be the guards at either end of the hallway and prevent people from coming in, and we could have a nice, quiet interview." So they did that, and this is the interview that you're now about to see. So, Ellen, when you're ready.
Okay,
you can begin.
This is my street view art, and street view art is a project I started in 2009, where I go on the computer to Google Street View and zoom into a country. For instance, this one is zooming into Tokyo, and I was going around and I took a snapshot and I worked this out into this painting.
Okay, now you took a snapshot of this image, but then
Yeah.
what did you do then?
Yes. Then I drew it like this, in a very quick way. Like also everybody is running in the streets and walking in the streets, so the quickness of the art and in time and space and existence I wanted to show in this one. And the other one.
Yes, let's go over here.
Let's
go over here.
In Mexico City.
Mm-hmm.
And there I saw in the corridor and the light was the darkness, the shadows, and the people in front.
How do you choose your locations?
Sometimes random. Sometimes random.
Yes.
So I go into the city, go some out of the city, and and I like to have people on the pictures.
Now, I read on your website that you used to look out the window from your home,
Yes, that's right.
and you used to look at the people going by.
Yes,
So that
was when I was 6, 7 years old.
So did you imagine
Yeah.
that that would eventually become this?
Yeah, no.
No.
Didn't.
Now,
And it was,
go ahead.
yeah. And that was in the 60s when the streets became tarred roads, and became the traffic lights and the first cars, and that was quite an influence in how things later on worked out.
Now,
And
go ahead, continue.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
and you see all over the world that the places where you are, that there are so incredibly many people in the world. But if you focus on one little spot, then you see the individual, and that's what I like to show also. Yeah.
I have one last question. One of your locations is the town in Pennsylvania by the name of Bird in Hand.
Yeah, Bird in Hand.
How did you choose Bird in Hand?
Yeah,
I've been there.
It's more of this because of the Amish people who live there.
Yes.
And I see them on the road with their horses and traffic, and that's I choose it more because of the Amish people who live there in Bird in Hand, and I like the name.
Yes.
Because that is a really great name, Bird.
I would suggest that you look at a map of that area of Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
because there are some very interesting names.
Yeah.
And when this video ends, I'm going to tell you one of them.
Okay.
But this is a family show,
Yeah.
so I don't want to be able to say the name on the video, but I'll
Okay.
tell you later.
Okay. That's
But I would like to invite you to Woodstock, as
Yes,
I
of
did
course.
yesterday,
Yeah.
and that's a great town to...
Yeah, I will explore that town. Yeah. Great.
Thank you very,
Thank you
very much.
too. Okay.
Good night. Okay, so that was Herman Thorst, who was a really wonderful guy, and we had a very good time with him. And he did indeed do a drawing of Woodstock that I showed on one of the previous broadcasts, which I forgot to put it on, but I'll bring it back next week. It's the I forgot exactly where it was located. Do you remember where that was? It was somewhere in the center of Woodstock, opposite the.
Was it like the corner cupboard?
Yeah, right. The corner cupboard, opposite the Village Green. Right. So I'll come back with that. Now the next fellow is Chul Honan, who's from Korea, and he was just such a sweet, wonderful guy that he helped us do the translation of an interview with another one of the people from Korea who didn't speak English. And then he had his own art. And this is the interview of Chul Honan doing his own art. So when you're ready, Ellen. Okay, Alan Zidley is interviewing another wonderful artist. This is an incredible room with incredible art. And again, I asked you to pronounce your name because I wasn't doing it correctly. So please tell us.
Yeah, my name is Choi Hyun-ah.
And just describe your magnificent work for us.
Yeah, my work is all, dealing with space, especially the infinite space. And I have a 4-piece here, so all 4-piece dealing with the infinite space, and the center is empty. For example, like this one title is emptiness. Between the line, it looks infinity and it's empty. But empty meaning is pretty meaningful for Asian people, especially Korean. In Korea, we can say "yokong." It means empty, but it's not always completely empty. It has something in there. So people can see, I hope that people can see my work, finding something they want, they wish it, they want to see something inside infinite space in like an empty, from the empty. So it's like a,
Now, I'm a mathematician.
yeah,
I spent my life teaching mathematics to high school and college.
yeah.
And this really blows me away. I think it's magnificent. Could you explain to the audience how you did this and how does it look like this?
Yeah, how I can achieve this image is just 2 mirrors and the lights. For example, like this one is 1 mirror in here in front glass. It looks like a glass. It's actually mirror. People call it a one-way mirror.
One-way mirror,
We
right?
can see through it, but the other side is mirror.
Mhm.
And about like a 2-inch back, there is a regular mirror. So basically 2 mirrors.
Bouncing back and forth.
Yes, exactly. And it looks like a strings, but actually it's a scratch mark back of the mirror, and the light source is back of mirror. So lights coming out between the scratch mark. So it looks like a sharp lines. It makes, it defeated, so it makes like this image.
I see. How did you come up with this idea?
I was a painter like a long time ago, and I'm painting just like a hard edge, 3D paint. But yeah,
Do you have mathematical training? Or physics training in physics?
I'm not good at physics or mathematics, but I experiment a lot with the mirror and lights, and when I like a image and with like angles and depth, so I made it all with the experiment data.
Now, can you photograph this one? This is scary.
Yeah.
I have a hard time looking into this. Now, it's not really as deep as it looks because it's simply reflecting off each other, but
Exactly.
This
yeah, it's
is
just only like a 20-inch there, but it looks like a huge hole
yes,
on the floor.
yes. And how about the one behind you as well? This is this a similar? This is the same concept.
All 4 pieces the same concept. But-
Okay. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
That's great. Thank you very,
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so that was Chul Honan, and he was, as you can see, an amazing, creative genius, and his work was magnificent, and he was just a really wonderful guy. So he was another one of my favorites, and this is the third one that I chose of all the 20. They were all great. The one I did with the president of the Global Art Affairs Foundation, Carline de Jong, was a great one too. But I chose these, and this is my third one from the Palazzo Bambo. This is Nicola Ray from Great Britain, and she was there with her husband, and this is her creation, as she will be describing to you in a few moments. She was a very, very wonderful person, and we're almost ready. So when you're ready, let me know. Okay, so we're coming out here like this, and this is Nicola Ray. Hi, Nicola.
Hello.
Please describe your work.
This is a sound frequency piece, and if I make a sound here, the sound is visualized here. So the triangles are the horizontal lines at the top. But if I those are going middle to left, so it's voice visualization.
Wow.
The tube is refracting at 2 revolutions per minute. and so now it is refracting those sound frequencies.
I see. So can you just like keep banging all of them at the same time? Oh, I see how it changes, yeah. Are you a musician?
I'd like to be.
You'd like to be a musician.
I
You
love
know
it.
something? You just succeeded.
I love experimental music, yes. I find John Cage very inspiring, and
Wow. So how did you come up with this idea?
well,
Let
I
me go
wanted-
on you
it's
now.
a really difficult space to work with, 2 cubes, but I asked the organisers here, one of them to film themselves walking into the space and speaking, and it's very resonant in here. As soon as you move into this space,
Oh.
there's a dome ceiling, and I knew it would be resonant. There's no
Right.
amplification at all. But I wanted to link this space with this space.
So you installed this
You want to come
yourself? Yeah, I'd like to come in.
So all the sound frequency visualization.
Wait a minute, I want to go around. I want to show my audience that I am within this space. It's amazing. Okay, and
This is the secrets of how it all works. And Paul, who you met, made these cabinets for me. And in here are the computer program.
oh wow.
And these are Vittorio's instructions in his writing, which we need to amend.
This is amazing. How did you think of this?
How do I think of it? I've been fascinated with sound, but visualizing sound for a length of time, really since 2005, but only since 2010, finding Overtone Analyzer has allowed me to go full screen live interactive, and that meant working with installations, which has been really
I
exciting.
see. That's wonderful. Nicola, thank you very, very much, and good luck to you.
And lovely to speak to you.
I love these. Okay, so those are my 3 favorites, and you could see why I felt that way. They're just 3 sweet, charming people, and they were really lovable. And there were so many others, but and I showed all of them on a previous broadcast. So, okay, so now we move away from the Venice Biennale, actually going back in time because we were first in Florence. And on show number 77, I highlighted one of my favorite restaurants in all of Italy, a restaurant by the name of La Grotta di Leo. And I interviewed 4 people here. I interviewed 2 of the waiters, the owner, and the pizza chef. And for 3 of those interviews, we had translation done by one of the members of the wait staff. And I then, the final interview was the interview that I did with this fellow, Sijo, and this is the interview that I did with my translator. So again, Ellen, when you're ready. Okay, so to wrap it up for today, we have saved the best for last, in my opinion. First of all, I want to tell you that between the last interview and this interview, Alexander came with his little chocolates that he gives to people, and this tops off the meal perfectly. So it's really, really nice. Now we have with us someone that I don't remember from previous times, but he has been. So this is Sijo,
Yeah.
and how long have you been here?
No, I've been here for almost 3 years now.
So I must have
Yes.
seen you here when I was here last
Probably.
year. And
Okay, I was here, and in the last years, I think, I was working only in the evenings,
right.
and I just changed my timing from 1 o'clock at the afternoon and
Right.
until 9, 10 o'clock, as I
Right.
said earlier, So you probably came in the afternoon before,
I may
and
have.
remove that.
I may have come in there. Well, last year I remember that we came here for lunch, but we didn't come here for dinner that often because we were involved in other things.
Okay.
So you come here to Firenze from South India.
From South India, yeah.
So did you come right from South India and got this job as soon as you got here?
Not really. I came here with a domestic work visa. With a domestic work.
Right,
Because,
right.
I came through my auntie. She was here before as a nun. So she brought the opportunity for me to come here, you know. So I came here, and after coming here 2 years back, you know, no, 2 years after I got this job, I think. So I've been here for 4 years, almost 5.5 years I am here, you know.
So how did you get the job?
Actually, my friend was working here in the kitchen as a chef,
I see.
and he brought me here.
I see.
So straight into the work.
Now, your aunt is a nun.
Yeah, she's a nun. Yeah.
What church is she associated
Ah,
with?
that is too complicated. I don't know exactly.
You don't
She's
know?
working in Cuneo, you know, the province of Cuneo, very close to that France border. Torino,
Oh, far to the north?
Turin, north side, you know, Monte Bianco, I think, you know, that side.
Monte Bianco,
You know,
yes,
you know, very
Near Aosta.
Piemonte, which is Piemonte.
Aosta.
Aosta,
Aosta,
yeah,
Aosta,
almost
right.
that side, you know. But I don't know. I asked him several times, and he told me where she's working, but I don't remember that. Sorry.
Okay. Now, you obviously love your job.
Of course I do.
Tell us why you love your job.
You know, oh my God, I don't know. I like this job, you know, as a waiter, you know, to serve the people in the, and the one reason because, you know, I'm meeting a lot of people from all over the world, you know, it is very interesting to understand the people from every country. It is, you know, totally different, you know. If you compare with India, in China and European countries, and you know, it's totally different. I really enjoying that, to talk with the people, you know. I like that. You know, that's it.
It's just fun, you know, meeting all the people.
Yeah, and
But you're also good at your job. So it's not simply that you meet people, but you seem to love to please people.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, and then I like to serve people. You know, I like to serve them. You know, I like that. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. There is no particular reason to like because of that. You know, I like my job.
Right.
That's it.
Now, have you learned how to be a better waiter over the past 3 years?
Of course I do. I know I'm improving day by day. I think you know a lot of things from Alexandro, as my colleague. You know, I learned a lot of things. You know, as you know, the India and European, you know, both are in different, you know, different
Yes,
part, and
yes.
the culture is different. And the way how we serve the people is different. So I came here and learned everything from here itself. You know, I didn't have a big experience with that, and even my language I started learning from here, that English, both English and Italian. So I think I learned a lot of things from here.
So did you speak English before you came
No,
here?
when I was in India, you know, I used to say some words because when we were in school, we started learning some words. But you know, to talk with the people, you know, because my place from where I'm coming from Kerala, we don't have foreigners there, you know. We have our own language, as I told you, Malayalam, the local language what we have. So I came here after, you know, meeting people like you know, yes,
Oh,
you know.
thank you.
And you know, I had a lot of books. You know, I started learning English from 23 years, 20 to 23 years.
Wow.
So I'm here, you know.
Now,
yeah.
let me ask you. Now you say that obviously the food in Italy is different from the food from India.
Of course.
But
yeah.
but is serving the food different in India than it is in Italy?
I think so. I think so. And
In what sense? In what sense?
You know, if you go to a normal hot, you know, restaurant, what we call that in hotels, like these, I think probably, you know, you won't have this kind of service. I think, you know. So
Not as good. Not as good
no,
service.
Not really good. You know, if you go to the, you know, a little bit better than the hot restaurant, like a 3-star or 2-star, it's almost same like here.
Right.
But otherwise, you won't get this kind of service. I think. And,
Right.
That's it. You ever been there in India?
No,
You
but
should.
our cousin,
Okay.
Laura's cousin, who you probably have seen.
You
Okay,
met.
probably. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's from Delhi.
From Delhi.
She's
Okay.
from Delhi, yeah.
Once again, I'm from Kerala. Kerala to Delhi is like almost 2,000 kilometers.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that far? Wow.
Yeah, that's far. Yeah.
Wow. So, do you plan on staying here in Italy?
Exactly, I don't know. Right now, I'm just working, going smoothly, and I got married last year.
Oh,
And-
congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm trying to getting her to here with me. And I don't know.
She's still in India?
She's still in Kerala. She's a
Oh.
nurse. She's working over there, and
So you're trying to bring
I'm
her to
trying.
Italy?
The paperwork is going on, so I think, you know, within a 5 or 6 months probably. She can
Oh,
come over here.
good, good.
Before the Christmas, that's right.
What's her name?
Her name, Liji. It's like Liji, Liji.
Uh-huh. Now, do you want to return to India, or do you want to?
Not right now anyway. I don't know what will happen in the future.
You don't know what the future will be. Do you have any desire to come to the United States?
I don't think that I can come over there.
No?
No, if I get a better chance, of course, not the better chance. If I get a chance to come over there, definitely I will come.
Right.
Yeah.
So, do you like Florence?
Of course, it's a nice city.
It's a nice city.
Ancient and nice city. Yeah.
And I've always enjoyed it as well.
Okay.
Sergi,
Thank you.
thank you very,
Thank you
very
very much, sir. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so that was that wonderful young man, Sergi, and that's the restaurant. And I think they have the best pizza in Florence. So that's where we go for pizza and pasta and just it's just a fun, upbeat atmosphere. And all the waiters are just like wonderful as Sijo, but not quite, as articulate as he is. But certainly this is a place I've been eating at for 20 years. Okay, the next one is from the show number 78, which was the Merchants of Orvieto. And we did interviews with several of the merchants, one of whom was Cesare, and also his son, Carlo. And this is that interview. This is a 5-minute. I may have to cut it short because I have one more after this. I actually had 6 interviews. So, Ellen, when you're ready.
My son.
How do you do?
He's the
Pleasure to
son.
meet you.
He's the Carlos son.
So,
Tell us about your shop, and are these all antiques, or are they,
All antiques. Look. This
Yes.
All museum.
when
like
did
a
you start
museum,
collecting? When did you start collecting?
But quando hai cominciato a fare
My
questo?
job is every generation.
For generations
For
of
generations.
So in
So
other
was
words,
his
your
family
father
in the
was
business?
involved in this, and your grandfather.
Ah,
Yes, for a long generation.
Ah, beautiful.
That's really wonderful.
and do you have a
Did you
in
see
your
this
home,
table
do you
here,
have-
this
oh, look
carved
at
table?
This is marble. in it?
Marbury, yeah.
Beautiful. And
But the important place, the important things is here.
come show me what's the most important.
Di quali sono i più importanti.
We have many things important here.
Okay.
Not only one, but so this is very important.
The Madonna and Child.
This is very important, and this is very important.
Do you know who made this?
This is Renaissance.
Really?
Oh, here, in all things is Renaissance.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. Do you know the artist? No.
Of course.
Who's the artist?
It's my job.
Okay, who is the artist?
This is Saturnino Gatti. This is Marco Palmezzano. This is Bronzino.
Where? Bronzino?
Yes.
The one in the
That.
red, the young person?
The young baby, Don
Yes.
Garcia.
That's Bronzino. He used to do
Don
the.
Garcia, the son to the Cosimo de' Medici.
Yes, I know that. He was the court painter for Cosimo de' Medici.
Wow.
That's Cosimo de' Medici's son.
No, this is, no, excuse me, is the brother to Eleonora di Toledo, the wife.
Yes, yes.
The wife to the...
Oh.
So we have many things here.
What about this chair?
Beautiful.
What, do you know about this painting? Who did this?
Oh, this is Ioni, the name.
I don't know.
It's the 9th century. It's not Renaissance, this. But with the clay.
Yeah. Beautiful.
The other things, but it's important. In the action, sometimes it's more expensive this than this.
Oh, I would think so.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
It's really-
Artwork is
The
very
collectors.
Yes.
What century was that?
nice.
9th century?
Yeah.
This is Renaissance.
These statues
This
are
is very
Renaissance?
important.
Do you, where were they made? Do you know?
In Renaissance time, this is
In the-
from
Florence?
Florence, Raffaello da Montelupo.
These are.
Raffaello da Montelupo. He's a student to the Michelangelo.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
This is Francesco Bassano.
Uh-huh.
You have an amazing shop.
This one for is very important. This because it's coming to the Medici family also. Image
This was from the Medici family?
the Medici family. This the crest is Bonaventure, the fairest husband to the Bianca Cappello. Bianca Cappello, immediately a few years later, beginning the wife, Francis the first Medici family.
Wow.
And is died to the boat, to the malaria.
Oh.
Malaria.
Oh.
We have also an important painting, the clay. The Francis Medici is very sick and have many bones before die. It's very important.
Where, which one?
Which
It's not
Medici?
here
Oh.
beside my home.
Oh.
Oh,
But I buy
this is
it.
beautiful.
So
Who is this son?
this is Salviati, Florentine
Salviati, I heard of him.
Florentine artist.
Oh, thank you for showing us.
Grazie. Grazie.
The best client for us is America.
Oh, is that right?
Is America. Because in Italy, nobody people buy more than me.
Credo che l'hai fatto lì una volta.
Try to invest in the antique art.
Digli dal Civile di Bagno Reggio esco io, ok?
We have one more. Okay, so that was probably the most extraordinary store I've ever been in. And, you know, he's throwing around names. Unbelievable. Salviati and Bronzino. It's hard to believe. And a painting, a Byzantine painting from the 9th century. This is like the greatest store I've ever been in Italy. So I just wish I could have, you know, bought something. But, okay, so here's the last interview. And you may remember that we did a show, it was number 75, on the Movimento Cinque Stelle. And the two people on the left and the right are people who were elected in the last election. And the fellow in the middle is Andrea Martellini, who's the spokesperson for the Movimento Cinque Stelle. And that's, you know, and those interviews I showed. And there's the logo of the Movimento. And there's the founder of the movement, Beppe Grillo. And this particular next interview is going to be an interview with my friend Luca, because after we had interviewed the people from the Movimento Cinque Stelle, Luca told me that he actually voted for a lot of these people. And I wanted to ask him, from the point of view of a resident of Italy, why he would vote for this fledgling movement in the political system of Italy. So here we go with the very last interview of the evening. When you're ready. Okay, so we have, we've interviewed the three representatives of the Movimento Cinque Stelle, and now we have my very good friend Luca here, who is going to tell us that you voted for this movement.
I
Did you vote for that particular?
No,
person?
just for the movement.
You voted for the
It
movement.
was not possible to choose someone, but just to put a cross on their symbol.
I see. Okay, so number one, why did you vote for the movement?
I just wanted to protest. I'm protesting because I'm really tired of this politics and these people that ask me always money and sacrifice, and then they earn a lot of money. I mean, I'm tired of people that don't do anything for the community, but just simply for them and for their friends. And I thought that this movement could do something, or at least could try to do something to solve the problems we have in Italy. And there are so many problems in Italy.
Do you share the opinion that they're in the middle of this kind of evolution or transition where eventually the old establishment will kind of die and the new movement will take over the government?
It's a hope. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just hoping now, and I hope they really can do something for us, for the people, for the common people. That, you know, it's impossible to ask for money to people that earn maybe 1,000 euro a month. It's nothing, and then maybe they have money to give to a bank for a house, or you know, and people that they don't even go anymore to the supermarket, they don't go on vacation, and seeing people that ask for money, the government, only good words, but then the facts. Mr. Monti, only because he was a premier, he earned 20,000 euro a month. Do you think it's fair? Is it fair? No, it's not. And then the bureaucracy has a high cost in Italy. For example, the so-called blue cards that are at the disposal of the people who are in the government.
Oh,
Because they are blue, the color is blue.
right.
B cars, but the money for the gasoline and for the cars, they come from people.
Taxes.
From taxes from the people. You know, there many hospitals are closing. For example, I'm just doing some examples. Many hospitals are closing, and they think how to, you know, for example, building new stadium for soccer. This is unfair. There are people that needs to be cured in a hospital, and no, but because, you know why? Because this doesn't make money. It's not a business. So we are in a bad situation, really bad.
Do you think that there's a solution, that there's a future, a good future ahead?
I don't know. For me, I'm 50. I have a job. Probably I won't lose this job, so I can survive. I don't know. I'm really afraid of the future of my daughter and young people. I don't know. There is no job. There is no chance for them to get a job, to study. You know, they have to probably leave Italy to do something,
Really?
to build something.
Right. Now, the three gentlemen that we interviewed, did you share their opinions?
Yes, of course. I
And
share.
you're pleased with the people you voted for?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm happy. I'm happy that I voted this movement. Yes,
Okay.
I'm really happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So that was my very, very, very dear friend Luca. And right after that interview, incidentally, you know, the interview was amazing because this is like a regular guy who just wants a better life. After that interview, we had this incredible dinner that Mary had cooked, and it was really, really something. So next on Alan's Italy is going to be a special show called The Baptistry of Florence. This is one of the most famous iconic structures, architectural structures in Italy, and we're going to have Rick Hurst back on the show to analyze the whole story of the Florence Baptistry and the famous doors of the baptistry. So that will all be on the next show, which will be in 2 weeks. So that brings us back to the beginning, and on behalf of Alan and me, we'd like to say thank you for watching. Thank you always for watching. 84 shows. We hope you've enjoyed them. Again, you can go to YouTube to see all of them, things you want to go back to. And we start our third year in 2 weeks. So thank you very much. Buonanotte e buona fortuna.